What's up, dude?
Showtime, baby.
I think Kinsmen as a whole is really inspired by sound and the sounds that we're able to create on an individual level, and bringing those sounds to mix and match and just feed off of each other to make what Kinsmen is.
I think it's so funny how, we're having some, I don't even know if we want to use this because we had issues, but it's just the issues we had, with Garrett's bass going through the new DAW, I think, or the interface. Just the fact that we were on hold for 30 minutes and a guy finally shows up helping us out for 15 more minutes until he finally realizes that he's a PC specialist, not a Mac specialist. That's just ridiculous to me. First question you gotta ask: what kind of computer are you running? Come on.
I don't have anything shorter that reaches, but we can move you. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't need we can put this by the amps. I'm not doing anything to it.
Okay. Do you have shorter cables?
I brought two.
I think I fixed it. Good call, Garrett.
Yeah, there's an outlet in my room I can't use because it does that. It's just like a wall of noise.
During the summer of 2020, we had a show lined up for South by Southwest. Kind of felt like it was going to be the first stepping stone that we've had since, other than playing locally. We were super stoked, and of course, a week before the gig, COVID hit and really became a thing in the U.S. and really weren't sure what that was going to look like. Me personally thinking Swine 09 will be done in a week. I'm not too worried, and here we are in 2021, and things are opening up, and people have been divided, and just everything that's happened between then and now. And I think you're going to hear a lot of that within the EP. It's going to be something else. It's going to be something that is hard to describe, but when you hear it, you'll know.
There is one thing we should learn: our selfishness divides everything.
With approach to songwriting, we have it down. Roman shows up with a little idea, and we listen to those ideas, and we pick out the gold. All right, so it's kind of like Minecraft. We're kind of like mining for gold, or whatever you mine for in Minecraft. But we find the gold, and then we refine it. So that's where me and Garrett come in. And then when Garrett and Connor come in, they really take it just a little. They get that last little 5% of just sheen on things, and it becomes something that is just you can't ignore it.
Ray kind of comes in and thinks from a global or from the a bird's eye view of the song. Like, what does the song need next? Where do we need to go next? Are we going to bore the listener if we stick in this one place for too long? So he has this very global thing, and then Connor comes in closer to the end and really nails down the rhythmic DNA of the song, and that helps me nail down my bass lines for certain. Like, okay, that's for sure what the bass line's gonna be.
I'm using that time to grab my pick, so I can't ramp up with you.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'll try to do that. So on the first and the third one.
Okay. That's cool.
Are you going?
as a bass player in the context of this band, I am continuously trying to grow in the direction of playing more and more simple bass lines. When I listened to the very first songs we wrote during a time where we didn't have a drummer yet, I played super, super busy bass lines just to fill the rhythmic landscape. And when I listen back to our first EP, I'm like, oh, calm down, dude. The drums are going to take care of a lot of that. But given how we started just three of us without a drummer. That's kind of what goes on. So, additionally, my bass lines, I like to be real dramatic with lots of big shifts and lots of melodies that have counter rhythms with other melodies going on. So those are some of the things I think about when I play bass in Kinsmen.
The guitar tones, dude, they're great, man. What are you talking about? I like them, man. I love the tones. I love the sounds we get. I'm really liking episode 9's tones. I just love the kind of spacey, psychedelic vibe. That's like how it starts. I really like that a lot. And then everything else is just that typical Kinsmen sound, I feel like, after that.
Playing with Kinsmen is kind of like being part of honesty. I think it's a part of something that you're not hidden from, you're not hiding from. There's a lot of pressure to be certain people within your workplace, within your friends group, within your church group, maybe within your whatever, and I think Kinsmen gets together and we all just open up.
So in Currents, I decided to branch out a little bit and play strictly baritone guitar. And I love what I've been able to do. My secret to everything that I'm doing are my chords. I try not to use chords or shapes that anyone knows about. And I just love having those little tidbits that are just, they're mine. And it's just kind of like a game you play with your audience, you know what I mean? So with this album, playing baritone and really just stepping out as a guitar player, it's really, really been fun to just see where it goes. I am more of a harmony player and a melody player. So when Rome brings something to the table, or Garrett brings something to the table, or Carr brings something to the table, I feel like my job is to be kind of the connective tissue between what everybody's doing harmonically. So really deep chords, chords that don't have names, and chords that don't have specific major or minor tonality. I'm letting that stuff happen around me, and I'm just kind of like weaving in and out of things and just finding my own space, because there's so much cool stuff that is going on around me that I feel like if I don't bring something unique and the best I have, then I don't belong there to begin with. First to mind are the lyrics and just the title of Currents, and the whole idea behind it was this past year just being twisted and turned in all different ways. I felt like we had people in our lives that were saying this, people in our lives that were saying that, things that were going on in our lives during this time, and like it was just like being trapped in the middle of something that was moving, but you really didn't even want to be there to begin with. So I think especially through the lyrics, I'm finding my way through being in the middle of something I don't want to be in, but having to live there for a little while. And yeah, that's basically what what Currents has to refer to.
Ever since the beginning, Kinsmen has done stuff in-house by themselves with our own stuff. We've been really lucky to have a studio to record in, a rehearsal space to perform and write music in, and we all have skills outside of being in a band that help contribute to the entity that is Kinsmen.
One of the things that we're trying to do as a band is really promote local artists. So with the album art, with the mixing, with the mastering, everything that we're doing that we can't do ourselves, we're reaching out to our local people, and I think that is amazingly important, especially during this time when there are artists everywhere and there are people that are wanting to work with you just in your own backyard. And I think everybody would be surprised to know that the amount of talent that's in your city. I don't think we could ever send something to New York again or to LA again to get mixed or mastered. We are going to send things down the street to our friend Mason. And as far as, album artwork, working with Celestina has been insane. You know what I mean? My vocal coach, she's right up the road. She's in Austin, but her name's Garrett, and working with her has been life-changing for so many reasons. But
It's just the music, it's real fun. It's real exciting. It's energetic, and I think, nothing's, half-assed. We just go for it, and we execute. And I like the high level that the band, I think, brings.
Somehow you're covered in flames, we let everything out in us go.
I do feel a sense of accomplishment with this album, and I think that I don't think I could be any happier with it. I think it's what it needed to be.
so with anything that you're throwing out into the world, anything that an artist is giving up, I feel like it's so personal for us that we're scared to send it out sometimes. But that is exactly the opposite with this EP. We are constantly talking about how stoked we are for people to listen to it, and how it's like we've never been behind something so much as a band before. And I just feel it. I feel it talking about it, and I want to show it to you guys so bad. And it's coming.